Hi guys, welcome to A Cumbrian Lad Outdoors and welcome to today's video. Today, myself and the English woodsman are deep in Harwood Forest. Local folklore says that this area is the home of the UK Bigfoot or the UK Yeti. Personally, I don't know whether I believe that, but it's an area that has been on my list to camp for quite a while. As is Dan, so we are here today. Following the last few months where I've been trying to get my pack weight down in preparation for Hadrian's Wall, I haven't been out in my hammock for ages and I've really missed it. So today I'm in my hammock and I am 19.5 kilos in pack weight, which is over 4 times heavier than my last pack. And I've got some more gear in the car, so I think all in all, totaling today, I'm somewhere around about the 40 kilo mark. You can see just how dense this forest is here. We've come down a track. We've already had a little scout about, and in here it is possible to camp. You can see we aren't going to be too far away from the cars, which is why we've been able to pack super heavy. We're going to get all the gear in the woods, get set up, and then we're going to tuck the cars in just in case something does walk past. Right, let's go and see if we can find ourselves a hammocking spot. Once again, you can see just how thick and dense it is in this forest. Yeah, look at this. You can see on the trees here, got a lot of moss growing. And the further we get into the forest, the more that becomes apparent. And we are definitely going to have to make this camp happen, rather than just put the hammocks up. There is going to be a little bit of pruning to do so we can get the hammocks up, but rest assured we're not going to be causing any real damage to any trees. We're going to be trimming a few branches off and that's going to be about it. But just a little bit further into the forest and you can see here what I mean about the moss growing on the trees. It is quite an eerie view really, seeing the moss on the trees. But it really is quite nice in here. Like I say, we already have had a little bit of a scout about, and to be fair, we really did struggle. We struggled to find a place that we could make work, and this was the only spot. So here we are, we're here for 2 days. Hey, up, we found Yeti. Oh no, it's just English woodsman. Would you look at this? How's it going, Dan? Nice to see you on channel again, mate.
Yeah, it's nice to be out, mate.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Try to cut some of these back a little bit.
Yeah.
For my hammock straps.
Yeah, I've already said on channel we're gonna we're just gonna be pruning dead limbs, just enough to make hammock and tarp work. Yeah, there might be a bit of fat wood. I love the smell of that sap.
Yeah, sap, that's it.
Yeah. Just have a wander over here. There's Dan's pack. He's gone with a military style camouflage pack. And Dan's in the nightcat hammock tonight. There is a few bits of, I don't know what to call them, deadfall trees. Got one here that's just about down. You can see there's a few there. That one is well rested. That's not going to cause us any issues. It's a bit. Dan's just said, you say that. Fingers crossed it's not going to cause us any issues. Shouldn't do. But yeah, we are going to most definitely make this work. And this tree here to that tree there looks absolutely perfect for my DD 4x4 multicam. So we've got a few trips back and forth from the car. We're going to get all the gear out, we're going to get everything set up, and then I'll bring you back for 2 days of woodland camping fun. Time flies when you're having fun, as they say. It is now 4:20. Myself and Dan have just been in the woods, leisurely setting up, and time has flown by, it really has. Been sat around for maybe 10 minutes just having a little bit of a chat. It's actually a lovely woodland, this. It's it feels really cosy. As you can see, I've got my DD 4x4 multicam set up in a semi open fronted A-frame. Rather than using 2 poles, I've just used the one. I'm in the One Tigris compound hammock with my cheap under blanket. Oh, Tactical Duck really does love the Sea to Summit Spark 2. If you know, you know. First time using the Spark 2 in the hammock. Underneath the hammock and between that and the under blanket, I've got my down jacket and my pee bottle. I've got all the electricals that I'll need immediately in this little carry case, and my light for the night. You can see there I've got multiple stoves and pots and pans with me, with it being a woodland camp. Jet boil, got my titanium mug with the small stove in that. I've got another small stove hiding somewhere. The old tarp that I was using to rest my stuff on has given up the ghost. So I had the brainwave of using my ground sheet for my tarp tent scarp one, and I've doubled it over so it stops stuff blowing away. So all I need to do is unhook that off the peg, both sides, and you can see inside there I've got my rucksack. I've got various meals, electricals, we've got some snacks from my military ration packs, we've got some nuggets, some yogurt, biscuits, nuts, pork and sausages, beans, tomato sauce, chili con carne, etc, etc, all kinds of stuff under there. 5 litres of water there, and I've got another 5 litres in the car. As I've said, we're here for 2 days. Inside me little cool box there, we've got some bacon, sausage and some eggs. I'm really liking this, it works really well. Little brainwave. I don't think it's quite as good as what Dan's got under his. I'll show you that in a minute. It was Dan's idea and I think it's a little cracker. Like I say, it's been a while since I've had a hammock camp, so I'm really enjoying this. And there's my chair, my beloved chair. If you've been following the channel recently, you know I've been getting my pack weight down ready for Hadrian's Wall, and I've not been taking my chair, I've just been taking a sit pad, and I've really missed that chair. I've been looking at the Helinox chair 1 and the ground chair 0, and I'm really going to have to get myself one of those for these long distance hikes and long distance walks with the lightweight pack. I think, like I say, the lightest one is half a kilo. I'm down to 4.5 kilos, so to go back up to 5 to include a chair is well worth it for me. And also I made a thing at work. Have a look at this. This is a little rocket stove just made from scraps of metal at work, and I just cut them and welded it together myself. Not fancy, it still needs a flap disc over it and spray painted black with some stove paint. But the idea is your wood that you're going to burn goes in there, and because the bottom and the top are longer, the airflow goes through and it basically goes flat chat. You can cook with your pans on top of there, and I'm hoping this will possibly boil your water. If not, it'll certainly keep your cuppa warm. Down the English Woodsman's just on me getting the brew on.
First brew of the day.
First brew of the day. He's got all his gear set up and he's in the new Nightcat flat lay hammock. Now, I did have the original Nightcat hammock. I've since passed that on. Not because it wasn't any good, I actually liked it. It just wasn't getting used because I like my normal setup first. But this I really do like the look of. It's your first time eating it proper tonight, isn't it, Dan?
Oh yeah, I've had a test set up and everything.
So as you can see, he's got his sleeping bag and his sleeping mat, and it's a proper flat lay. And underneath it, it's got a gear hammock to put all your stuff in. When I got the original Nightcat hammock, one of my bits of feedback to the company was all your stuff on the ground underneath it would get wet. I suggested putting an awning on the back of it. That will definitely solve that. And with that tarp being integrated there, that looks an awful lot better. Like I say, it's nice and cosy in the woods. So as you've seen, Dan's making a coffee. I'm going to sit my backside down in my much missed chair and we're going to chill out. And over the next day or two, we'll bring you back along the way to show you what happens in a woodland camp. Just swallowed a midgie. We are getting pestered by midges, but we've got some jungle formula on, so they are kind of leaving us alone for now. And I'm really looking forward to trialling out my little rocket stove. Obviously not something you're gonna take up a mountain or anything. I originally made it for the garden, but once I found out myself and Dan were coming here, it seemed a shame not to bring it and try it out. Right, stop yakking, Paul. Camera's going down. Me and Dan are gonna have a brew and we'll bring you back. Dan's just took himself off for a wander. But we've got the first light of my little homemade rocket stove. She is going. For a first attempt, I'm pretty happy with it. It's 5mm thick, 60 by 60 box, and I think it's maybe just a little bit too tight. I think it maybe needs to be 80 by 80 or 100 by 100 to get the airflow and the fuel in the bottom. But she's kicking out some good heat. We are quite shaded in this woodland as well. I'll just spin you around. You see, just looking past my tarp there, it is pretty shaded and dark with a little bit of light poking through, but as I spin you round, you can see just up towards the road we've still got plenty of light. This is a lovely chilled camp as well. I really have missed hammock camping, I really have. Like I say, as much as I really enjoy getting up on the fells, I do really enjoy getting in the woodland as well, so it makes a refreshing change. It must be, well, I don't know. I'll have to even look. I'll have to look through my videos to see when I had my last hammock camp and woodland camp. So, yeah, we shall continue on, and hopefully Dan's found Bigfoot and we'll get to see him, meet him, shake his hand. Yeah, do you guys believe in Bigfoot? I'm not sure whether I do. Certainly not in this country. Possibly over towards Canada, Saskatchewan, Alaska, all those kind of places. There is a possibility of some kind of ancient being maybe still roaming around. As for this country, I don't think so. But you never know. We're in Bigfoot country. We'll see what happens. Right guys, myself and Dan are having a lovely chill time in the woods. Stove's going well. Definitely Mark 1. I've already decided that I need to make some improvements. It needs to be wider, slightly shorter on the bottom, but for now it's kicking out some heat, and as you can see the smoke is keeping the midges away. Tea time, real termat, past the bolognese. Definitely ready for this. You what? Just dribbled it all down my pants. Very good. What's Dan having for tea tonight?
Pasta and salmon.
Oh, Adventure Foods.
It's a new one, this.
Adventure Foods are actually quite good.
Getting popular.
Yeah.
Popular.
Yeah. And I'm really liking Dan's setup. It's the first time you've slept in this, isn't it, Dan?
Yeah. Second time putting it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot better this time now.
It's definitely a lot better than the first version that I had, but you went for a wander earlier. Any signs of Bigfoot?
No, not yet. I must still be in bed. Yeah, hell of a what, about an hour, something?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, didn't find out.
Nice spot this though, isn't it?
I'm thinking earlier, if we ever come back, we could call it Bigfoot Camp or something, you know, come back to this spot. Got plenty of opportunities to do stuff, haven't we?
Definitely. We were just talking before, it's nice to come to a place that is completely untouched.
Yeah.
There's no litter, there's no sign of anyone else being here before. It's like for want of a better phrase, real nature.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
I mean, look, if I spin the camera around, other than mine and Dan's setup,
well, no litter will be left in the morning either, or whenever we leave.
yeah, absolutely nothing. And as Dan's just said, we will leave no trace here. You will not be able to tell that we've been here at all. Other than, admittedly, we've pruned some dead branches off the trees. Myself and Dan won't deny that, but the branches were completely dead. Nothing has been harmed on the trees whatsoever. So for now, the camera's going down. Me and Dan are going to enjoy our food, and yeah, let's hope Bigfoot and Mrs. Bigfoot come along. Well, good morning everyone. As you've already seen, we've got the fire going. We do have a little bit of scorching, but don't worry, we'll clean that up. When we leave here, you won't be able to tell that we've been here. I had a cracking night's sleep in the one Tigris compound hammock, and Dan, safe to say, is suitably impressed with the lay flat hammock from Nightcat. What's your first thoughts, mate?
What's my first horse?
On the Nightcat. Here he is. Look at him.
I love it.
You love it?
Yeah, I love it a lot.
It looks good, mate.
Like my favourite chocolate bar.
It does look good, mate. I'm suitably impressed with that.
Yeah, I am as well, to be fair.
Slept well.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
One of the best sleeps in a hammock.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Needs a bit of tweaking, but we'll get there.
Sweet, mate.
Oh, fire.
Yeah, fire's going. So myself and Dan, we're just going to get ourselves up and about, and then I think it's time for some food. I've got some Cumberland sausage, eggs, bacon, beans. Bacon's getting there.
Bacon's cooking, beans are cooking, sausages are cooking. Don't get this fed at home.
Live like tramps, eat like kings.
We always push for that out when we're out there, don't we?
Yeah. So we've got Cumberland sausage on go. Dan's got the beans and sausage in the Takana Solo cook set. Bacon's on go. Got a firebox on go. Camp life is good. Look at this. What a woodland. I had a cracking night's sleep in the Warden Tigris compound hammock. And Dan is suitably impressed with the nightcap flat lay, aren't you, mate?
100%. Fantastic thing.
To be fair, I'm liking the look of that. I need that in my life.
Keep water in, flavour. It's the goodness.
You don't want no eggs, do you?
No, thank you. Sharing it, sausages out, mate. Because everything can.
Double sausages.
Got a load of other little meals.
Have we?
There.
Breakfast is ready. We've got Cumberland sausage, bacon. We've got beans and sausage out of a ration pack. Dan doesn't eat eggs, but I've got some scrambled eggs in there. And as much as I love real termite meals, this takes some beating. That is so good.
So I get a bit of wood on fire because then little flies are pained out.
Yeah.
Bigfoot don't know what it's missing by not showing itself, does it?
Mm. Good.
Them sausages are nice.
Mm.
Plenty of flavour, haven't they?
Mm-hmm. Bird song, man.
Good morning, bird. We hear you.
Mm-hmm. Right, as you've seen, myself and Dan have had an awesome breakfast. Cumberland sausage, beans, bacon, egg. It doesn't get any better than that. We've put some rocks around the stove just to make sure that the fire doesn't spread. So for now, myself and Dan are going to enjoy morning at camp, and then we are going hunting for Bigfoot. We're going to find it. Yes, we are. You know where it's at. Myself and Dan have had an awesome morning at camp. It really does make a change not having to rush home. Dan's gone for a wander in search of Bigfoot, and I'm going to do the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the cam here just to keep an eye on camp in the hope that we'll find some kind of footage of Bigfoot. Coming up to about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I was just telling Dan, other than doing me multi-day hikes like the Cumbria Way, this is my first proper 2-day camp, and it's been really nice not having to pack up and go home straight away. So we'd be just chilling in woods. As you can see, fire's still going. We've got some stones. Well, I say we. Dan got some stones to put around fire. I've got my chili con carne on for lunch. And we'll just turn that bad boy down a wee bit. Dan went for a good walk. I went for a little walk. As you've seen, I left trail camera out, so I'm not sure if anything happened in camp while I was away, but you'll obviously see that. But for now, yeah, we're just chilling, man. Chilling in woods. Got some lovely sunshine poking through. Absolutely brilliant spot to camp, this. Dan was saying we're definitely coming back. You found a spot down the road, haven't you?
Oh yeah, about a mile or so away.
Mile down the road. Loads of room for tents and hammocks and everything.
Yeah, a load of room down there. And it's a dead end as well, so no one's going to pass you and disturb you.
Yeah. So we'll definitely be putting a pin on the map, and Adamant Wild was supposed to be with us, and we'll be coming back with him down there for sure. So yeah, for now it's food time. Just going to let that chili con carne boil and then get that scran, and then we're just going to chill some more at camp. Like I say, lazy morning at camp. Really enjoying the camp today with Dan, English Woodsman. As always, there'll be a link to Dan's channel, if you can see me through smoke, in the description. So please go and check him out. If it wasn't for Dan, I wouldn't have a YouTube channel at all. So obviously great to catch up with Dan again. Fire's going good and proper. So, like I say, we've got chili con carne from military ration pack. Just enough to keep us going. Looks like this is going to burn a hole in my arse. Looks red hot, this. Ooh.
I'll stick to my own homemade cooked sausages.
Tasty that. There's no sign of Bigfoot yet, but both myself and Dan are quite sure he's going to turn up at some point. With the local folklore around here, there's absolutely no chance he's not going to turn up, so looking forward to meeting Mr. and Mrs. Bigfoot. Yeah, this lazy camp life suits me. I had a nice hour and a half snooze in the hammock just before lunch. Right, I'm going to get myself away and finish this, and myself and Dan will continue to enjoy a lazy day at camp. It's now 7:05 at night. Myself and Dan have just been lazing around camp all day, nibbling on our food, keeping the bushbox stove going. I'm really happy with my stove. It does need a couple of little modifications, but other than that it worked well. We've listened to the football. Italy got beat by Switzerland. It's a long time since I've listened to football on radio. We've still got a bit of sunlight left yet, but camp is looking good. I'm looking forward to getting tucked up in the hammock again tonight. Not done a great lot of filming today. It's been nice to be lazing around, really. So camera's going down until morning. I'm going to go and get myself some food. So enjoy the pictures and any other footage that I've got for you overnight, and we'll see you in the morning. Good morning everyone. Last night was definitely colder than the previous night. Both myself and Dan we can feel the nip on our fingers this morning. And a lovely owl about 3 o'clock this morning decided it was going to make one heck of a racket. So it's now currently 5:05 in the morning. Dan's just making a start packing up. Dan's very kindly got some all-day breakfast that he's made himself in Ziploc seal bags, so we've just got them on the boil.
You made breakfast yesterday, didn't you?
I did, and I've also made a start on tearing down. So while breakfast boils, I'm going to get the rest of my kit in the car. Myself and Dan are going to enjoy the breakfast, and I'll bring you back one more time before we head home. Myself and Dan have just had a little wander down the road from where we were camped. Dan had a little wander yesterday, he wanted to show me this spot. The trees here are a lot better spaced and a lot less dense by a little stream there. That is absolutely perfect for hammocks. So when we come back here, hopefully we'll be able to bring Adam in wild and a few more of us and get in for a hammock camp. I think you might maybe even get some tents in here as well. The ground is quite firm here. Solid. Look at this, absolutely acres of rooms for hammocks. Yeah, that's absolutely perfect. Yeah. Yeah, this little hangar here, right by the little stream, it'd be beautiful. Although I think you'd need a really good water filter to be drinking that water. I dare say I'd drink it like.
When it rains a lot more, it'd be flowing more freely. We've had a dry week or two now, haven't we?
Yeah. But yeah, look at this, man. Little stream, flat pitches for tents, perfect for hammocks. Yeah, we're definitely coming back here. Right, back to me in past to sign video off proper. And that's breakfast all done. And I am very much looking forward to getting those bags and the sealer to make them myself, because there was much more in that breakfast than you get in the Wayfarers. Big thanks to Dan for bringing them along. Once again, there will be a link to Dan's channel in the description. If for some bizarre reason you aren't already subscribed to him, please go and check him out. He's a cracking lad. And we've had a brilliant 2-day camp here in Harwood Forest. We've had a good laugh, we've listened to football. And both myself and Dan were talking, it's been a refreshing change. Even on the mountains in Cumbria, when I'm camping, I can hear traffic, motorbikes whizzing up and about and that. And to get out here and not have any kind of background noise, the air's super fresh as well. So we've had a brilliant time. That's where I had my hammock, between those two trees. The only thing we did was prune the already dead branches so we could get the hammocks up. You can see I've left nothing on the floor there. You can see where we had the fire pit, the twig burning stove. We've cleaned all our rubbish up. So as always, and as it should be, we'll be leaving no trace. Thank you guys very much for clicking on the video. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as Dan and I have. So once again, until next time, stay safe, much love from a Cumbrian lad.